Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing online first-person shooter Guncraft. As you might expect from the game title, it's kind of a combination of Minecraft with guns, where each of the levels are built up of blocks and the blocks can be destroyed. One key feature of the game is the editing capabilities of it. You can create your own levels and actually import voxel maps into it to help with the level creation. You can also make your own guns, block by block, which is interesting. You can also make things called prefabs. As you earn kills in the game, you get money, and then you can spend that money to spawn these little prefabs, which are basically anything you can make out of blocks. So you can edit them in here, you can save your creation, and then use it in the game, in any of the game modes, which is pretty cool. So you can basically make anything you can think of. As an example, I made a couple here. Here's a little peel tower. It takes a little bit of time to, for them to spawn in the game, but it's cool to be able to spawn these structures that you made outside of the active game. It's a lot easier, obviously, than placing them block by block while you're getting shot at. So the prefab system is pretty cool, I must say. So what we'll do is we'll just join a game. Like I said, it is online. There are no bots to play against. The main game modes, as you can see here, are Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. There's also Capture the Flag, which works like you would expect. There's Spleef, which is a variation on the spleef that people run in Minecraft, where you have to dig your enemies and put them in lava. There's an onslaught mode, which is a cooperative mode where you try to survive against AI bots, which is kind of weird that they don't have AI, but they do have AI bots in the game. There's also other modes. There's Siege, where you have to build a trebuchet in different sections. And there's two survival modes, one with rising lava and one with falling meteors, where you basically have to avoid getting hit. So what we'll do is kind of try to pick one of the best crowded ones with the best ping. Another part of the editing capabilities is the ability to create your own class. Coupled with the ability to make any gun basically in the game, you can assign stats to the guns. You can also choose your class. You pick a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, a melee, and a bunch of other perks and stuff, as you can see there. I've kind of fallen in love with the light machine gun, which is what I'm going to use here. As you can tell, the graphics are not surprisingly blocky, as you would expect with a game that kind of takes its cues from Minecraft. There's a couple of guys trying to shoot. There you go. You have to reload. The shooting isn't really very sophisticated. There's no kickback. There's no, aiming down the sights for an accuracy bonus for the most part. So the shooting is actually kind of unsatisfying. Where the game kind of shines is the customization and the ability to destroy the entire level. As you can see there, my secondary weapon is basically a rocket launcher that destroys blocks. So you can kind of knock holes into structures and be able to ambush the enemy that way. Try to toss a grenade before there. The controls are also a little bit cumbersome. You use Q to switch weapons instead of the mouse wheel. The mouse wheel doesn't do anything by default. And placing objects can be difficult when you're under fire. Like, for example, here's my B. If you press Q, then you switch to your things. I can build this thing, my little peel tower. Although in Deathmatch, there's not really much to go with it. You can see it takes a little bit of time, and then it'll build itself. So I have a little defensive structure there now. You can also see that there is a radar, which is actually really useful in a game like this because it's kind of hard to find people sometimes, especially with the way that the levels can be destroyed. So I actually kind of like having the ability to see nearby people. There's a perk that shuts off radar for other people anyway. As you saw for a couple of fleeting seconds there, there's also vehicles in the game. It's kind of stuck in a hole. There we go. Some of which can shoot, like there's a helicopter there. I'll try to take it down. Regular weapons can take down the vehicles pretty easily. Not easily, but quickly enough anyway. The unit animations are a little blocky, I suppose you could say. Not exactly fluid. Let's see, does this shoot? No, it doesn't. Well, then what good are you to me? I really like the light machine gun. There's also sniper rifles and shotguns and really anything else you can come up with in the weapon editor. You can do any of those type of things. Like I said, you can customize the attributes of your weapon as you build it block by block. Thought I saw somebody over there. There's a good variety of levels, as you might expect, with everybody being able to kind of build their own things. Hi, I'm going to sneak up on you. As you can tell, people are immune when they spawn, so it kind of prevents people from, you know, spawn camping you to an extent. A lot of bikes laying around. Let's show off some of the other weapons here in a second. The weapons are actually pretty well balanced with the way the customization works. Hi. Gotcha. I'm actually going to change my class next time. There we go. Show you the hook shot. This comes with a large gun that destroys things and a little grappling hook you can use. And then you can actually stay up here and shoot people from a distance. The grappling hook is really useful in the survival levels. It'll let you, you know, access high territory and stuff. Although the gun on here isn't the greatest, to be honest. But it happens. And you also have a parachute, which prevents fall damage. Somebody carelessly left a little gun there. There's little mounted weapons you can take. You can see that you can destroy blocks with any weapon. Some ones are faster than others. Like this one, it's basically for destroying blocks. Despite the, you know, community-oriented nature of the content, it's very odd that you can't share prefabs or weapons in the game. You actually have to get weapons approved by the game moderators to make sure there isn't anything inappropriate that people are making. Oh yeah. Let me change my class next time. Do that one. Oh, yeah, I guess not. Oh, because I was next to the wall. So it's very odd that they don't let you just directly share stuff inside the game. I don't really understand why they didn't have that functionality in it. And I'm getting close to the end. Hi. All of the features in the game are unlocked as to begin with. It's nice to not have a, you know, one that locks stuff, you know, when you join a match. I'm going to quit this, try to find a different server with a different game mode in it. So, let's try to find a different one here. There might not be a different one. This one's like super far. That's the one I was just on. Yeah, I'll do this one, even though the ping is really terrible. Just the server, time of day and everything. Everybody's so terrible connection to this server except for the host. The levels really vary on the size of them. Apparently this is a very laggy server, so I'm just going to go somewhere else. No lag. I'll try this one. From pretty small to very large and expansive, which is part of the reason why the Oh, it just seems to be bugged. Why the radar proves to be very useful. I guess I'm going back to no lag. How they changed game modes anyway. Lava survival. I'll probably just stick on that server then. There we go. There we go. So here's lava survival. This is going to be, yeah, basically that if you're on a flat world. So in this game mode, the lava just slowly rises over time. If you shoot someone, you freeze them, which, you know, make it so that they would get lava more quickly. So obviously this game you want to have a hook shot. The game overall isn't super polished. Like I said, the it's just not slick compared to some other ones. It's finished, I would say. It's not like bugged or anything like that. It just feels kind of rough around some of the edges. For example, you can't change the screen resolution. The animations could use some more work. The controls are odd. Stuff like that. The simple ballistics, things like that. I mean, I really like the customization in the game on all fronts, from the weapons to the prefabs to the fully destructible levels and all that. But it just feels like something's missing from it to be really popular. If that makes any sense. This lava's rising super slow. People are about to die, though. There it goes. Better hurry up. I can destroy blocks 1. I'm going to try to kill this guy. While you're spectating, it at least gives you something to do. Ah! It's so mean. Yeah, I'm going to destroy your block. Oh, someone did. Ha ha! Here comes the lava. Everybody's dead. There you go. That's kind of a silly lava survival level, I must say. Yeah, as he said. Ah, team deathmatch, huh? Ah, here we go. Online, you kind of run into the same handful of maps, even though there's actually a big number. Those 2 that you see flashing on the screen are a couple of them. Alright, let's do my light machine gun build again. Actually, let me do C4. With a assault rifle. Yeah, I saw you. Alright, let's see what we got here. I think I have C4 here. Oh, there you go. This takes a little bit. Really need to get some points so I can build some structures down here, because we're going to be spawning in the bad part of the map. Let's try to destroy their stuff here. Gotcha. This is a bike that shoots. As you can see. Yeah, you get kill streaks for stringing kills without dying. Get to call in stuff. You can customize which things you call in on the class editor. Can't really quite make it up there. Now we're kind of spawn camping them a little bit. No, not a little bit. I got him with a rocket launcher. Should see some explosions in a bit. Alright, got some points. Build some stuff. Where's my 300 point thing? There we go. There you go. Hello. Yeah, saw me in my little tower. They spied me. You see that guy has a sniper rifle. One shot kills, but it takes a little bit of time to zoom in and get accurate enough to hit people. Oh, there you go. Game over. We'll do one more. Everybody wanted war room. This one really helps to have a hook shot, so I'll pick one with that. Then I'll do my sniper. Why not? Alright. You can melee blocks, which helps to dig yourself out of areas. Oh, well then. Where are you shooting from? Am I on blue? And you see the little delay before the arrow reticles get all the way in the middle. Alright, let's see what we got here. Hi. Man, I stink. A lot of snipers on this level because it's so big. Alright. You see, you know, from the way the levels are designed, gives you a lot of freedom. Tank down there. Oh, hi. You don't need to hold your parachute as long as you just tap it when you hit the ground. That's enough. Alright. Find some red guys. Besides the tank. Get up there. I also like the delay that there is in deploying that. Oop, somebody's vehicle blew up. Oh, everybody's over there. There we go. Let's see. How far can I go and go up to like that thing? Little robot. Hello. Oh, there's the tank. I believe I will take that. Tanks are slow, but they have pretty good weapons. Hi, I'm on your team, dummy. Got him a little bit. Oh, he just moved. Jerk. Bye, Rubik's Cube. Bye, random whatever you are. So bumpy. Who designed this room? Come on, get him. Get him. Yeah. This thing's kind of toast though, so gotta get out before it blows up. Yeah, I need to switch weapons here. Go back to my light machine gun. My favorite. There you are. Oh, hi. Submachine guns, what he's using. Good for... Shotguns are good for, also, for close quarters type stuff. I don't think I'd deploy my parachute that high up, buddy. Just saying. Ah. This game's almost over anyway. It's up to 48. I have a little bit of money for a wall here. Stockade. A little temporary wall. Let's see what map they do next. If I feel like doing another one or not. Yeah, probably not. Seem like they're doing the same one. Alright, well there you go. That's the Guncraft. So, I like the different game modes. It pretty much covers the gamut of things, plus it has a couple of innovative modes like the lava and meteor survivals. I like the destructible maps, being able to edit the maps, little prefab defenses, the ability to create your own weapons block by block and then define their characteristics. You can create your own classes with which weapons you want to use, although it's odd that you can't share any of that content in the game. And there's also no bots. The controls are a little odd, as I said. You know, building during a match is a little bit cumbersome. The vehicles handle kind of okay. I mean, it feels like playing an arcade shooter. because there's very simple ballistics. There's no weapon sway or bullet drop. There's, you know, no type of stance changes that affect your accuracy and stuff like that. Going on with that, and a kind of a lack of complete polish would be the inability to change the screen resolution and stuff like that. So, if you're looking for an open, destructible shooter, I think this online shooter, this is a good choice. It does have its limitations, but if you're, looking at it for just those characteristics, then it executes those well. So that's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.